Well, hey everyone, it's Tuesday, and guess what? We're live. Normally Thursdays, Saturdays, or Sundays, but this week we have Tuesday, which is great because as the Plant Based Network, we want to promote the conference that we are sponsoring, which is the Farmed Animal Conference e-Summit. And each Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to go live and do a 10 to 15-minute talk about the conference, which is pretty neat. And plus, we want to say thank you to Code Blue for being this week's Virtual Veg Fest Live sponsors. So thank you so much to them. And of course, Virtual Veg Fest, Triangle Veg Fest, Veg Fest Expos, and Plant Based Network are all involved with bringing these to you weekly. If you can subscribe to Virtual Veg Fest on YouTube, that would be great. We have a raffle going on right now for every subscriber. Once a month, we're going to give away a gift pack from either Follow Your Heart, Hodo Foods, or Crafters Organic. So worth your time to go and subscribe. Watch them too, but subscribing would be great. And of course, shop on virtualvegfest.com to support all our vendors until we can get in-person events again, because that's part of the reason we're doing this, because it's a virtual e-summit because of the virus. Now today we have, oh my goodness, I just went blank. Oh gosh, Kezia, Kezia
Keisha.
Jauron, Kezia Jauron. I'm so sorry. I completely went blank when I do that. You know, it's like, oh look, I'm 50 years old. So
We just met. It's okay.
it's true. That's true. We haven't met. So Kezia is going to talk about her role with the conference. And we're pretty excited as plant-based.net, plant-based network, I should say, is because we are the only sponsor and we are completely part of this and we completely support it. And that's why we're doing these weekly. So as we ramp up to August 3rd through 9th, we can talk about what's going to happen at this conference. So I'm going to throw it at you. Let's see what happens.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Well, it's Kezia Jauron, and I am producing the summit with my client, Animal Place. Now, I own a public relations agency where we specialize in animal rights nonprofits, including sanctuaries. We also represent vegan brands. We work on documentary films. But this was a really unique opportunity for us to get involved with this event. Animal Place holds the Farmed Animal Conference at their sanctuary every other year. And they have a beautiful 600-acre property in Northern California. And the barn is your classroom, and the animals are your teachers. Well, of course, we can't do it this year. But we had this great idea to bring the content online, and it's really incredible because we've got so many more great speakers than we would have had because nobody has to travel. So we've got literally speakers from all over the world who are going to be joining us for this conference, and more people can actually attend because it's online. So it actually has been working out really well, and we're so lucky. We're so excited.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, I totally get the having to go virtual because it's why we're here, and it's exactly what I had to do because I produce vegan festivals. So I know it's not easy, but it does give us the opportunity, like you said, to speak with people from all over the world, and they want to, because the one thing I found with producing festivals is that everyone wants to speak. Let's think the easy part is the getting the speaker lineup done. So can you tell us a bit more about maybe who you have coming?
We have about 20 speakers, and we have five really cool hosts also. So instead of just a presentation, we're actually doing more of a Q&A format with our speakers. And so we have, let me start with the hosts because they're pretty incredible. We have TV journalist Jane Velez Mitchell, who you know is a longtime vegan. She was on hosted her own show on CNN for a really long time, and now she runs her own news organization called Jane Unchained. We have Jasmine Singer, who is an online editor for Veg News and also the co-founder of the Our Hen House podcast. So you know she is a pro interviewer. We have your own Ronnie Tsunami Gandiza, CEO of Plant Based Network. So again, super exciting to have him hosting some of our speakers. We have a wonderful 13-year-old animal rights activist who went vegan at 6 years old. She is the youngest TEDx speaker ever in history. That's Genesis Butler, of course. She's also an organizer with Youth Climate Save, so she's really involved in environmental organizing as well. And our executive director at Animal Place, Kim Esterla. So those are our hosts. So that's already an incredible group of people. On top of that, for speakers, we've got Peter Singer, who is the author of the book Animal Liberation, and more or less kicked off the modern animal rights movement in 1975. That publication of that book really changed the world. We have Seth Tibbett, who is the CEO and founder of the Tofurkey Company. So he's been around doing this for a long time. He's going to talk about starting and running ethical businesses in the plant-based space. We have the president of the Afro-Vegan Society, Brenda Sanders. She's out kind of in your area. She's in DC, Baltimore. So she's going to be talking about issues of food justice. We've got Dr. Melanie Joy, who is the sociologist and author of the book Why We Love Dogs, Eat Pigs, and Wear Cows. She's always an incredibly engaging speaker, and if you've ever thought about some of these issues, she's a great place to start. Her books are just fabulous. That's just our hosts, and that's just 4 of our speakers. There's like 16 more. Should I go into them all, or do you want to save some for next week?
It's totally up to you. No, that's a fantastic lineup, and it's some of the people that I'm totally trying to get to come out to Virtual Veterans Live too. So I totally hear you. So it's, I mean, like I said, it's a great cause, and one of the things I think is really important is I know this is a fundraiser, right?
Right.
Typically a fundraiser. So in person, it tends to be a little bit easier to raise funds for the Animal Place. So how are you going about doing that with the online conference?
Well, all of the talks are free, of course. It's 7 days, and so each day we'll have 3 new speakers. For those who can watch the event live as it streams, it's absolutely free. We are doing this as a fund. Let me start by saying we are doing this as a fundraiser, but also because it's really important to us to build an incredible, strong movement. So we do want to make the content available for free. Now, anyone who can't catch all the videos on the day that they air, or if you want to download and keep those videos forever and share that with friends, then you can actually buy a summit pack, which just gives you access and lets you download all of the videos. I believe audio as well, if you just want to listen to the audio in your ears while you're walking your dogs, and then transcripts as well. So that is what we'll be making available before, during, and after. And that's really how we're going to be fundraising. Our speakers also are giving us some kind of perks and benefits, like ebooks and or maybe a chapter from her book. Dr. Joy is making some of her full books available to us. So that really adds a lot of value for people who do want to kick in and help support the summit and help support the sanctuary.
All right, because that's really important, because right now it's even harder to raise funds for any nonprofit out there because a lot of people are impacted by the pandemic. So to know how people can, 1, attend, 2, watch, and 3, help fundraise for Animal Place, because that's incredibly important. I'm a fan of asking for money. So for anyone that comes on here that's a nonprofit, so it's just really, and my vendors too. Remember, like, we need everyone to make money. So what's important is that people realize that if you can, this is another organization that we support that you can donate to, and as a big perk, for 6 days you get to watch some incredible speakers online. You don't have to leave your house. And then if you do, you still can. And then afterwards, if you happen to miss it, you can purchase the pack that, I'm not sure what that amount is just yet. I have an idea because I'm pretty sure that Ron had something to do with that, because it sounds just like the plant-based summit, kind of the same type of way that we did the plant-based summit, is that you can purchase the pack, which is audio and visual afterwards, and become, have it forever to use as you will in whenever you want to listen to it, like you said, while walking the dogs. So we're just about at 10 minutes. I want everyone to know, if you have any questions or whatever, you could post them, or have any comments, feel free. But otherwise, these are going to be short, these are going to be brief. These are just highlights for the event that we're going to do every Tuesday in July at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time so that you can learn all about the Farm Animal Conference e-Summit. And next week, who's coming on?
Next week, I want to set you up with Kelsey Leach, who is the program director at Animal Place. So she's not only helping to organize the conference, she runs all of the other outreach and education campaigns for the sanctuary. And I do want to mention, as you said, it's really a difficult climate for fundraising right now. Sanctuaries have been hit particularly hard because they've had to cancel all of their events and all of their tours that they give to the public. And those are really opportunities for them, to earn money for the upkeep of the animals. And so, again, we've been really struggling with how to make things happen online for the organization. So we do really appreciate the support. This, as far as we know, the Farmed Animal Conference e-Summit is the first online animal rights themed event of its kind. There's plenty that goes on in the plant-based health space, the business space, like you mentioned. But I think this is the first time that some of these speakers have been brought together online to do an event like this. So I think it should be really eye-opening. And, we're kind of learning as we go along too.
Well, whatever we can do to help, you know that we're here to support you and offer any advice and any help because between Ronnie and I, we're doing this weekly. So it's the least we can do. And it's a privilege to be part of something. Like you said,
Thank you
as
so
you were
much. We
saying it,
really
I was
appreciate the
thinking,
support.
has there been a virtual farmed animal conference? I don't believe so. It could be that some stuff streamed from other conferences online, but not 100% online. So if we're going to spin this into a positive, we can look at the pandemic causing something to happen that has never happened
That
before,
has
which is
never
not a
happened
bad thing.
before. Right.
Which is great. It's really incredible, and it's gonna be fun because that's my motto. Everything has to be fun and pretty much laid back, and it makes it so that everyone watching also feels that energy. So I'm sure it's going to be just like that, and an incredible opportunity for education, which I'm a huge supporter of. My festivals have a dedicated education day, so I totally believe that people need to focus on just education and not have a festival or something else that pulls their attention. So this is something where your attention can be fully on whatever day you choose to attend or whichever speaker that you choose to watch and listen to what they have to say. And that alone is invaluable. So thank you so much for
Well,
joining us today. You have something to say? Go ahead.
oh, I think that part of that education too is going to come from a lot of these speakers who really are talking about how to be more effective in your advocacy, whether that's online, whether that's running campaigns. Are you trying to pressure your local supermarket to carry a certain plant-based product? There's a lot of that kind of content as well. So anyone who is interested in becoming more effective, I think will get a lot out of what some of these talks are about.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. And important too, because some people are at a loss right now for, for what to do. And if you don't have that pivot or that entrepreneurial nature, you could just be stuck in that one place. And this could springboard for a lot of people on what direction they need to go in order to feel like they're useful and there's something that they can do, even though they're not physically leaving the house. Because that's for the people who are the true activists who go out there and do the vigils. That really hasn't happened all that much. They're still trying to, but it's hard to get people to go because of the pandemic. So this will be a great way for people to learn other ways that they can have and do activism. So that's great to know. Thank you. So the
Thank you.
website for the conference, you want to share what that is?
It is FACE Summit. So FACE Summit, Face Summit, sort of,
Yep. And that's
.org. And
.com. .org.
it's
Okay.
.org. And we do ask everyone to register in advance to make sure that they're getting all of the goodies and the emails and getting all of the notifications. So please go online and register there.
All right. Thank you. All right. For everyone else, we will see you on Thursday at 4 p.m. with Ellen Canner. And then on Sunday this week is
I
at
love her.
4
Tell her I
p.m.
said hi.
Oh, definitely. I haven't met her yet, so I'm super excited. And she's in Florida, so we're going all over the country because you're in California. You're West Coast. Are you in California?
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Okay, so California, got it right. I knew it was a specific time. I just made a guess. And then on Sunday, we are going to have Dilip Barman and Saray Sanchik from Code Blue. So watch the movie before Sunday so that you can come with your questions because that's an executive producer and a producer. And of course, the film is about the Dr. Saray. So definitely do that. And we will see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.